welcome. This is Camp 3 at 7,200 meters. But I'm really feeling the impact.
My name is Roland Thomas. I worked for DHL for 22 years and currently I'm VP for Service Quality in Europe. On a daily basis, with my team, I'm looking after the end-to-end service quality around Europe. So how did the Everest story begin? So I did a focused 12-month training program to be ready for Everest because I had to be in the best physical shape in my life to even consider it. And over that 12-month period, I put in about 660 hours of training. So there were two parts to the Everest quest. One was the team of 14 that had the base camp as their target. My own personal target was to reach the summit. We had one very short period at base camp together, but it was quite emotional for me. Yeah. So I was in base camp for about 6 weeks, I think. By the time I arrived, I'd already picked up the start of a Kumbu cough, the famous cough. I'd already had diarrhea. So here we go, I thought, 6 weeks of this. And as you get higher, you're just pushing your body even further and further and adding more stress. Down in the Bay of Bengal, during that month of May, there was a cyclone Fani that was moving its way northwards, and it was the equivalent of a Category 4 hurricane. And on the mountain, yeah, you could see the damage. Tents had been ripped to bits. To be in a tent at that time when you could not hear the guy next to you, you could feel the tent lifting, and getting through that for 2 nights in a day was, yeah, quite something. When I got to Camp 3, I was in pretty rough shape. I had this Kumbu cough had become worse and worse, which meant I couldn't lie down to sleep. But even at Camp 3, I realized, hey, this is just one next stage to get me higher. You still have a long way to go. And from 3 to 4, it's another something like 8 hours of climbing before you get to Camp 4. And then you're there for a short time before you leave that same evening towards the summit. Even then, you don't see the summit, right? It's at 7:30 at night, so you depart with a head torch and move up very slowly. When I reached the south summit, it was the most magical sight that I think I'll ever see. It was a string of head torches from where I stood along the summit ridge and up towards the summit. And only then did I realize that I was going to make the summit. Oh, it was very exciting, and it was the first time that I allowed any adrenaline to come in. You're pretty well controlled up in that point, and it's the first clear shot, even in the dark, that you get of, there it is, that's the top of the world. That was very special. Definitely, well, I think a lot of what kept me going was knowing that there were so many supporters within DHL. The base camp Trek team in particular were there rooting for me. Yeah, it meant a lot.